Hello everyone and welcome back to my Bold and Beautiful 29 YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Luna to tell Bill about her father. Meanwhile, Finn keeps another secret from Steffy. Luna entrusts in Bill. Luna knows she can't keep the secret about her father from Bill. Luna and Bill will sit on the settee. While Luna puts her shoes on the coffee table, she tells Bill each about Finn being her father. Of course, Bill might wonder if this is another fantasy. That's when Luna will have to admit that she broke the rules. Bill will learn that Penelope Poppy enticed her 18-time-old whoreson, which redounded in Luna being born. Poppy prevaricated to everyone, including Finn and Luna. Of course, Bill might wonder how Luna learned this information. Bill, presumably, wouldn't be angry with the youthful woman for answering the door. In any other situation, it would have turned out veritably poorly. Still, she opened the door to Finn, who's her father. So, Bill will have to deal with this new information. The publishing Napoleon will also face a new problem now that Finn knows the capture is there. Luna might assure the Spencer primogenitor that Finn wouldn't tell anyone. Bill might not be so sure, however. Finn will keep another secret from Steffy. Ever since Finn set up out that he's Luna's father, Steffy has been falling piecemeal. Steffy has agreed to stay with Finn, but only because she thinks they're safe. Steffy still thinks that Luna is behind bars. Finn wouldn't tell Steffy the verity about Luna. Finn might hope that in time, Steffy's trauma will fade. The good croaker might indeed believe that Steffy will soften toward Luna ultimately. Suckers know that isn't going to be, however. Both Ridge and Taylor are encouraging Steffy to leave her hubby. Right now, Steffy is fighting that. When the verity comes out about Luna's house arrest, will Shin have any chance of surviving? Eventually, after months of fake leads and faked DNA tests, the verity is out on the Bold and the Beautiful. Luna now knows that Finn is her father. He ran 2 DNA tests himself to be absolutely positive and also took a trip to the jailhouse where he believed that Luna was being held. He was also sloped off to the fact that she was under house arrest on Bill Estate, and she answered the frontal door when he knocked. The unanticipated reunion between Finn and Luna snappily turned emotional when he eventually told her that he was her uncle, but in actuality, her father. Since arriving on the scene as a forester intern, Luna has been in hunt of her father. She has always believed that her life would have been infinitely more with a pater in her life. That's why she doctored a maternity test so that Bill Spencer would suppose that she was his long-misplaced son. Of course, that unraveled snappily, and everyone believed that Tom, a washed-up songster, was her pater. She poisoned him to get him out of the way, and Hollis, who had the capability to bring the verity to light. When Steffy figured out the verity, Luna cured her too and locked her in a pen. Still, Steffy would have been her third murder, if Finn hadn't figured out that Luna was on a killing spree and also set up his woman. Luna went off to jail, stewing for her own life. Indeed, though Bill isn't Luna's father, he has developed enough of an attachment to her to alter his diurnal life so that she can serve house arrest under his roof. Their diurnal exchanges are substantially about how if a father had been present, perhaps her life would have been different, and perhaps she wouldn't be a killer. A lot of lower stunners come with the verity. Luna's mama, Poppy, is Finn's consanguineous aunt. There's no birth between them, but it's still unsettling. Luna always talks about her mama's falsehoods and burning through men, and this whole situation is just a massive treason for both Finn and Luna. Finn would have been a great father to Luna, so she has missed out on someone who would have contributed to her life in a positive way, and there's a lot of pain wrapped up in that reality. How will these two move forward? Finn is hardly the kind of man to deliberately abandon his child, indeed if she's 22. Luna has committed terrible crimes, but Finn is carrying 2 decades worth of guilt over not being there for her. Will he contend on keeping her in his life now? And if so, just imagine the fallout. Hope had it out with Carter, Daphne Rose was ready to run off, Steffy stood her ground, and Finn has another lemon staying to drop. Over in the design room, Zend questioned Daphne about her plans to return to Paris. What about the scent line launch? Well, Daphne Rose can man it from across the pond. But, what about the plan to get her claws into Carter and steal him from Hope? Well, that's a lot stickier, isn't it? It didn't take further than a many twinkles for Zen to realize Daphne Rose has passions for the company head. Across the hall, Hope made it crystal clear she saw everything that went down between him and Daphne Rose and demanded answers. How could he kiss that woman? Carter tried to condemn it all on the perfumer, but Hope wasn't having it. This was his mess, too. Affects between them got tense when Carter admitted he's been opening up to the hustler player. Hope didn't like Hale, he was spending so important time giving so important attention to Daphne Rose, but to hear he was passing in her, too? Well, that had Hope fuming. She went a bit off the rails. She picked up Daphne Rose's dog collar and threw it at Carter before storming out. And where did Hope run off to? Across the hall, of course. She walked in the room, shut the door, and brazened Daphne Rose about falling for Carter. Meanwhile, Luna stood in amazement that she's eventually got herself a pater. And, for it to be someone she formerly knows and loves? That's great. The fact that her father is also her kinsman didn't sit well, however. It also didn't sit well that she tried to kill Steffy all those months agone. Oh, if she had only known Steffy was her stepmama. Luna asked the tough questions. Will her once ruin their future? She asked if Finn could indeed see her as a son rather of a cold thoroughbred killer who tried to destroy his life. Finn's only answer was to clinch her and say farewell to go take care of Steffy. Back at the Cliff House, Taylor and Ridge stood in agreement that it would be safer for her and the kiddies to move into the family home. They listed all their reasons and participated their fear and solicitude. Steffy wasn't swayed. She stood establishment in her commitment to Finn. She trusts her hubby and is confident he'll cover her and the children. Taylor and Ridge returned to the manse to grouch about Steffy trusting her hubby. They agreed they can't give up trying to keep their son safe. Good thing they don't have to worry too hard since Luna's in captivity, right? Oh, if they only knew. As for Steffy, she was replaying Luna's attempt to kill her and Finn's heroic deliverance. When he came home, she told him about her parents' enterprises and her commitment to their life and family. Finn stopped her and informed her there was commodity differently. She demanded to know about Luna. Taylor has turned into an oblivious bimbo. And no, that's not us saying that, but the internet. Keep reading below for everything you need to know. Taylor said that she doesn't suppose Ridge will ever go back to Brooke now that they're together. Well, then's a little newsflash for Taylor. Hayes Ridge will always choose Brooke over her. He's been doing that for well over 3 decades now, and easily won't stop. Some indeed reflected with, I used to love Taylor. Root for Taylor. Way back in the 90s when I first was watching. But they've fully changed and ruined Taylor. Indeed before HT left the part for good, I suppose. The character has come such a disappointment, but the same could be said for numerous of the other characters. Another critic wrote, Taylor is the queen of eternal stopgap. She just knows this time is different. It hasn't been different for 3 decades. It'll always be Brooke. And, I'll repeat, we know you're short. Please gutter the unattractive shoes. They're doing her no good at all. And also there was this comment as well, yeah, a psychiatrist would really get with someone while they're literally with someone differently multiple times and not have no ethics, no quality, no particular integrity. She easily needs just as important help as everyone differently. What's it about her and Brooke that allows them to be hurt over and over again? We all know people like that in our lives.